Alright, so this year we got two new drama movies, Jesus Revolution and Air, the new Air Jordan biopic. So today I'm going to give you my review for both of them. Before I do that, please make sure to join me down below in the comment section. Tell me down below what is your opinion on Jesus Revolution and Air. If you cannot tell by the title, these are two of my favorite movies of 2023 so far. I think both of these movies are really good, really well done. The thing is, which one is better, you're going to find out in this video, but I want to know down below, which one do you think is better, because you are the guys who really matter. And with that said, we are going to get started with Jesus Revolution. This is a movie following, I don't remember what year it is, I don't remember where it was at, but a bunch of hippies come together, build a church, and it's one of the biggest churches, and it's a pretty inspiring story. And if you know me, I'm not necessarily the one who's always, oh, we gotta watch an inspiring story. That's not really me. I'd rather watch action, horror, anything else. But if I sit down and I watch one of these, I can enjoy one. That's the same thing that happened with Air, same thing that happened with Here. I did like this movie. I liked this one a lot. It was a well done movie. Starting with the cast, everyone here is great. They feel like their characters. They feel like they were from this time being, and they feel like they wanted to be here, and not like a lot of other Christian movies that I've seen where people are just like reading through their lines without acting. They felt like they wanted to be here, and that made it more powerful in the way. The guy who plays Jesus in The Chosen is in this movie. There's a really funny gag about that. I did think it worked, but I do really like that guy, and I think he's a really great actor, and he's really great in this role as well. Like I said, you feel everybody as they're playing these people feel that these are the people, and I do think that that really worked. On top of that, the pacing was quite well. I never really felt bored with it. It always went from personal life to church life to everything, and I did think that really worked, and it really balanced well throughout the film. Even by the end of the movie, I wasn't feeling like, oh, this ran on a bit too long, I'm tired now. No, it had a nice runtime that fit the movie well, and if I'm being honest, I maybe could have used more in the movie, because it worked and it took the story, it added to it in the best way possible. The emotions, I do think, really worked by the end of the movie. I was like, yeah, I really dug that. The emotions are really well done throughout the entire movie, and there were times that I wasn't crying, but I was close, and just really worked. And it's really excellent writing as well. The writing in this movie is really well. Like I said, they're able to write the characters' lines so perfectly. They even write a little bit of funny gags throughout the movie that really worked for me. And then they also wrote the pacing and the way the movie was paced, and I also do think that that worked for me. Overall, this movie is not like other Christians I've seen. Everybody wanted to be here. There's solid emotions, it was pacing. But the big thing that matters here in this movie is, was it entertaining? Yes, I felt entertained. Like I said, there wasn't a single moment throughout the entire film where I felt bored or wanted this movie to be over, because it worked. It was powerful about the theme, that it really worked. It's inspiring. It takes a story, it adds to it, it does it in a great way. This is a movie that I did not want to see at all, and I'm glad I did. I do think that this was a really good movie. I do think that any family, even if you're not a Christian family, that you need to watch this movie, because it's inspiring, it's uplifting, and it really works as a movie. A movie that I was not anticipating managed to be in my top 10, this close to my top 5. I believe it's like at number 6 or 7 right now. I mean, this movie was better than Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I mean, I could be a little biased because I'm a Christian, but I mean, I do think that everything about this movie worked. There wasn't even really that big of a problems in this movie. It's not an A+ movie for sure, but for me, I'm gonna have to give Jesus Revolution an A, and this is a movie I highly recommend you go out and buy the Blu-ray of, because that's what my mom did, and we watched it, and it was pretty good. I really did enjoy this movie. Now let's talk about this meat of the video, Air, and this is the main video that I was gonna do, was Michael Jordan's new Air Jordan flick. It follows Sonny Vaccaro, and he tries to, you know, make shoes, and he's a client for Nike, and Nike's really failing, so now he's got to find a new way to uplift Nike and make Nike better again. And this was a movie that I saw the trailer 1,012 times. I mean, seriously, every time I went to the movie theater, this trailer was playing. And it was a movie that I was like, yeah, that looks really good. And I wasn't going to go see it in the theater, so I waited till it became on Prime. It came on Prime, and this one was interesting for me, because first off, I watched it one night, then I fell asleep, and so I watched it the next night and didn't fall asleep. But both times I didn't not like watching this movie again, because it's really entertaining. This is a really entertaining movie. It's made by Ben Affleck, a director who knows what he's doing, knows what he's got his eye on, knows what he wants this project to be, and so he makes that, and he makes it in the most entertaining way, it's got emotions in there, and has great characters. Ben Affleck, I was always under the impression that Ben Affleck wasn't a great director. I always sat back, I was like, yeah, but is Ben Affleck a good director? I don't think so. And I haven't seen any of his other movies, so I can't really judge. But I do think he's a great director. He knows what he's doing. Behind the camera, this movie is shot really well. It's really a unique choice of setting. Like when you're in the office, he puts it in the middle of it and he turns the camera completely around. That is a really cool shot in the movie. And then in front of the camera too, he plays Phil H. Knight, who is a great character, and he's really good. I don't know if Ben Affleck wrote this movie, but this movie has pretty great writing too. It writes a way to where the pacing can be entertaining to where I never felt bored. I mean, seriously, from the beginning of this movie, I was invested in it. And also, they write the lines very good, and so you're always constantly just sitting up like, okay, yeah, and you're always loving what these characters say, and you never feel bored, and that might be part of the performance. Of course, Ben Affleck, Phil H. Knight, he was great in this movie. The one joke he had about, like, coming in and being late, it felt a bit too forced for me. I didn't really think that joke necessarily landed. I did like it, though. Performance of the year so far. Everybody else is just great. Chris Tucker is in this movie. Who knew Chris Tucker was in this movie? I think it's done really well, and all the cast is really great. Along with the lines are written, makes it for a really entertaining movie that's uplifting, because we get a speech by Matt Damon that's really uplifting about Michael Jordan, and I'm Team Jordan. Of course, I love Kobe, rest in peace, but then I love Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is the best basketball player of all time. And so seeing that uplifting speech, knowing that no one believed in you but I did, that was really uplifting, and it really worked. And this is a really uplifting and emotional movie that really works for numerous reasons. I do think that this movie works. And like I said, it was entertaining. And that's the thing. The pacing never had me bored. The comedy in this movie, like I said, there one joke that felt forced, but a lot of the times I was laughing, and mainly that's because these are big budget actors having very much fun on this movie with great chemistry with each other. I do think that really worked in this movie. The track that they picked out is really great. It's all 80s, or all pretty much 80s. I just think that this is an extremely solid Michael Jordan, Air Jordan biopic. It's not my favorite of the year. In fact, I did think last year's movie like this, The Fabelmans, worked much better. But it does so many things right. Ben Affleck does so many things right in this movie that makes it uplifting. The characters are charming, the characters are great, the characters are entertaining, and the pacing is well done. Everything in this movie is done well done, and I will blame that on Ben Affleck, who I had doubted as a director. He is a great director, and I want to watch all of his other movies. This movie, though, was an A+ movie until I got one final problem in the end of the movie. And unfortunately, I do have a problem. That problem will be the fact that the movie is about 10-15 minutes too short. Sat back after watching this movie, I was like, okay, yeah, but it felt there could be some more story. Because the way the movie ended was like, Michael Jordan wants all this money for every shoe they sell, and they decide to give it to him. And they're like, this could change the market. Movie over. And I felt like, But how does it change the market? Are we even gonna learn? I mean, sure, we got the words at the end of the movie, and the words were really cool. The words were really inspiring. But it would have been awesome if we could see how it changed the market. And it kind of set itself up for a sequel, but I don't think a sequel is gonna happen in this movie. I just wanted 10-15 minutes more of screen time to see what was actually going to happen to the market, the way that it would have been represented on that would have been good. And so it left me feeling just a little bit empty after the movie ended. Like, there was still some more story that could have been shown on the screen. Besides that, this is a really entertaining biopic with great cast of characters, great chemistry between all of them, fantastic writing. I never felt bored. I didn't even mind watching the first hour 2 times because it was really good, really funny. There's even some emotions that pulled out of you. And so Air is going to get an A-. And yeah, that's right. I mean, Jesus Revolution was honestly just a little bit better. Air left me with a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth because there's still some more story that could be shown. Jesus Revolution was nice, inspiring, and worked. I think both of these movies are really solid. They're easily going to be the best one of this genre of the entire year. But I gotta give the winner to Jesus Revolution. I think that movie works really well. But Air is definitely more rewatchable. It's got better characters. And maybe on rewatch of that movie, that one will win. Like I said, tell me down below, what is your guys' battle between that? Who wins your battle? I want to know that and more down below in the comment section. Breaking Bad Season 3, I finished that. Then I watched the 7th Fast and Furious movie. I'm on the 8th. Hopefully, if I can, I'm going to watch that tonight. And then, I don't know when, but I'm going to go see Fast X, and I'm so excited for that movie. Then after that, I'm going to have a ranking. I got a whole bunch of videos coming up. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my second channel, More ZMC. And with that said, subscribe to join the Nerd Army. Peace out.